Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX setups for today. So we got quite a bit of motion here and came back down to test the structure. So this flag is still very much intact, and I just want to add a Fibonacci on quickly because I keep forgetting that with the DAX, and it's actually quite important, as you can see. So there's our Fibonacci 61.8, and lo and behold, we bounced off it. So for me at the moment, we are in amongst all the moving averages here. We are still below the faster moving averages. So it could be a crossover, could still be a flag brewing. There could be another leg down, and it could be a leg up. There's no real structure at the moment. I think the overall trend right now, when we get down to the 3 hour and the 1 hour, is sort of to the downside this week. So I just want to get that gap in because that's going to be quite interesting when we review the 50-minute. But at the moment, trend is down, so that's for the week. And when we come to the hour, you can see a big juicy hour rejection bar here, and then a bit of a gap, and then a big move down. So obviously this is still political or politically driven. Big move down. This is looking like a flag. I would have expected us to come onto some form of structure to retest like we did yesterday, but now we're floating with that at the moment. So we'll wait for the open and see what happens there. But for me at the moment, we are looking we should be looking for a continuation, right, with the current trend. So we've got 2 days, or let's say 3 days, where pullbacks have been basically sold. So I would expect the same today. The S&P 500 is showing a complete different picture at the moment. So, but that could just be US and European diversion. This Europe and European, US and European diversion. Sorry. So in other words, just what's going on in the US is not impacting Europe, and what's going on in Europe is not impacting the US. So we actually just the markets aren't in sync. They're just doing their own thing. So this is kind of a setup that I would be interested in. I think if we can't hold this 18,423, so in other words, if we can't really reject it for another leg down, then shorts are off. Then I suspect we're going to be back above the moving averages, and we're just going to continue what we've been doing, well, on the S&P 500 anyway, is above and below all the moving averages and just being confused. So the bigger picture is still a consolidation. It's still a flag as a pullback onto 61.8, which is 18,300. Buyers came in off that. Would have actually been a fairly decent area to get a long in. But for me at the moment, we have to reject this area for another leg down. Otherwise, we are pretty much looking for a break above the current high of this week. And that, for me, is going to be around 18,600 area, which would then validate this channel break. And you can see the channel from last week to this week. It's a channel within a bigger channel. This is a bigger channel, but this is a smaller channel inside there. So that's definitely something to pay attention to. So you're looking for any break above the highs of this week, which would then validate your longs to the upside. But for me at the moment, we're looking for rejections, and the only rejection that we've got on the 3 hour, look at these fractals, is this one, which was a fairly decent level. Look at all these pin bars on this level. So 18,423, I mean, if I look at it like that, it's almost too good to be true. Get a trade in there now and look for a retest of 18,300. So that's 128 points, but your stop is going to be 140, so it's not really a decent trade. But if you look at it on the 3 hour like that, that's definitely a big break of a level. So do you really think that level is not going to hold? at the open, I think I would err on the side of it holding and maybe forming a double bottom. And the other thing is, when you look at the 15-minute here, that is a decent level. That's a decent rejection there. But the hour is also a decent rejection. And the 3 hours also a decent rejection. Sorry, so I was actually assuming that there was not a decent rejection there. I just want to check the 5-minute. There it is. I was right. So you can see the body closes below the level, which is 18,300. Body closes below, and then immediately engulfing. So this level is not really tested. You'd much prefer to see the level on my cursor there, and then that would be a valid retest on the 5-minute. So that to me is just a bit of a caution. Then you've got this massive area of resistance here at 18,423. I can't see us just flying through that after barreling through it yesterday and rejecting it going into the close. So I really can't see that after hours we're going to get going here. So I suspect we're probably just going to range around here. If there's going to be some data or some noise coming through, it's going to drive us up. That's what we need. We need the catalyst to drive us up. Then I'd look at this area for support, and then we'd start looking for a move to the upside. First to what was this again? 18,481, and then all the way back up to 18,545. If we clear 18,545, that is game on for our longs. That would give me the confidence that I would need to get the trade going. So at the moment, looking like a little bit of a flag for a move down. So I suspect there's another retest of 18,300, and if I just zoom out further, that is a very strong area of support. Look at all these previous weekly highs here. 2 previous weekly highs, 3 previous weekly highs, and some structure as well. So I can't see us just barreling through that unless there's a catalyst, unless there's a massive catalyst which is going to barrel through that. If that happens, then we're definitely looking for shorts. Okay, so yeah, still a bit chaotic at the moment, but all over the place. There's structure either way. There's structure to the downside, there's structure to the upside. But I would argue a rejection here would give us another leg down, but that may only just form a double bottom for a bigger move up. Your long should only really start coming into play above 18,545 right now. Hope it helps, and we will catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.